and welcome to The Myth Within. I'm Dr. Tom, and I'm very grateful that you decided to join me here today. Yesterday was Mother's Day, and my family got together and we were celebrating the true essence of what it means to be a mother. As we texted the individuals we knew, there really began to emerge a sense of community as it relates to mothers in general and family in general. And in The Myth Within, we explore the mythic underpinnings of what it means to develop into our ultimate potential. My wife brought up in our conversations yesterday this general sense of striving that occurs, and it really began to strike out to me. There's a whole popular myth around this ideal of striving that somehow the human being is not appropriate enough. And it really began to hit me that in our psychology of striving, are we truly missing the mark? Dr. Wayne Dyer once spoke of a psychology of striving versus a psychology of arriving. And when we practice the arrival, we set the stage really for the people that we are going to become, whether it be a good mother, a good father, a good family person, a good citizen in general. What do we strive for? Those become the elements of the goals that we put in front of us. However, in chasing that goal, we ultimately build the person that we are meant to become in the process. Now, when I look at different entities on YouTube or media in general, there always seems to be this idea behind a psychology of striving, that we need to hit the grind, that we need to do, to continually put effort in, effort in, effort in. And there is some validity in that, because there is an aspect of working hard towards the goals one wants to achieve. But there also has to be a set destination, as we know from many aspects of wisdom, that the first step on any journey really is the part that pushes us forward to realize the destination. And the destination is only secondary. It's the work that goes through it to get there that creates the person that we're becoming. Now, in psychology, we identify this as a self, a capital S self from a Jungian perspective. The self archetype really is this ideal of, if we look at it metaphorically, it's the oak that's contained in the acorn. It's the ultimate aspect of what that tree will become as it aspires towards its source, the sun. Now, in order to get to the sun, it must first be nurtured, and it grounds itself by roots into the earth, and it takes the nutrients of water and the minerals from the soil to fuel its growth as it aspires up towards the sun. Now, us human beings, we do something very similar. Even though we aren't rooted in the ground, we find our roots here in Mother Earth. And it really is our job to aspire towards the sun, to aspire towards those heights that in the myth of Icarus that we explored in the last segments really shows this need to move towards the lofty goals of one's dreams. However, it's also imperative that we create the psychological grounding in order to take that first step to realize the lofty heights of the dreams we create. In FDR's Franklin Delano Roosevelt's first inaugural address, he cites that we have nothing to fear but fear itself. And when we fear fear, we actually turn two negatives into a positive. Fearing fear allows us to create courage in order to aspire to the lofty heights that we wish to achieve. And so, in order to do that, we have to harness the courage within. Now, as I was speaking with my wife, it really struck out to me over the years that we've been together that we've developed this means to set goals, direct those goals, and to achieve those goals in a pretty systematic fashion. And that really happens through the supportive nature of creating dreams and honoring one's capacity to achieve those by a systematic approach to pushing through individual steps needed to obtain them. While that represents an aspect of a psychology of striving, there's also a psychology of arriving, because the arrival always was that the belief is there that nothing really is unobtainable when you begin to systematically problem solve towards meeting the end of that goal. And so I'm reminded by a quote from Henry David Thoreau. It reads, "It's the beauty within us that makes it possible for us to recognize the beauty around us. The question is not what you look at, but what you see. The beauty within us makes it possible for us to recognize the beauty around us. Maybe we need to work on the beauty within. Maybe we need to see ourselves as arriving to the place that we yearn to see ourselves within. When the beauty within matches the beauty without, we find ourselves realizing the life of our dreams. The question is not what you look at, but what you see. When you look at a rose, do you see the beauty within? When you look at the pond, do you see the life and the beauty that surrounds you? If we're able to see the beauty that surrounds us, it comes from a place of honoring that beauty within. I welcome you to take a look and examine what beauty you see around you today. And I wish you a beautiful day. And may blessings find you on your journey to advance confidently in the direction of your dreams. Thank you for joining me.